Hi friend, how are you doing today? This is your transformation reading, and just as nature is always growing, changing, and transforming, you're also always in a state of continuous transformation. This reading is to help you identify where you currently are on your own journey and help you move forward with grace and understanding as you deal with the challenges and the growing pains that come with transformation. And we are going to ask the Oracle cards to help us understand what the root of this issue is. Because honestly, it's one of those things where it's like the symptoms make it seem obvious. Like you're just like, Kirsten, look at all these things around me. Like I know what the issue is. But do you know what the actual issue is that's causing this? Or do you just only know like what is obvious, like what's at the surface? Because a lot of times it's more like an iceberg. The tip is not the truth. It's just the part of what that you see. So let's talk about love, because this card clearly flew. So when I see this card, love feels strained. Love feels challenging. Love feels almost empty. But I don't know if you can really tell. I don't know if the camera will do it justice. But there's also like a water bubble inside that heart space. And for me, that's also like the emotional part of it and that you're holding on to. It's like something has recently happened where things aren't comfortable in your situation. Things are, just feeling really stretched thin and like you're at your life's, not your life's thread. You're at your final thread. You're at the straw that's about to break the camel's back. But inside is this bubble of water that just needs to be released, just needs to be popped. And that's the emotion that needs to escape. And when the emotion is finally released, when it finally gets the chance to like be free, the healing can actually begin. So what emotion are you holding on to, thinking that it's going to help you when really it's not helping at all, it's hurting? Awakening. I have gotten so many awakening readings in the past couple videos. Awakening. You're going through it. There's a part of you that is being asked to rise up, to awaken and see things for what they really are. Not for how you perceive them currently, but for what they really are. We like to add and attach a bunch of stories to things. We like to say, yeah, but it happened because of A, B, and C, when really we have no idea what other variables played into that, and A, B, and C may be the very last reason that this thing happened in the way that it fell. So, awakening. And what I love about this is that crow, you can see that like glint in its eye, right? And you can see it in a myriad of different ways. You can see it that it's like looking with the eyes of light, or you can see it as in like the light that's coming in through its eye from the background here. Either way, it's seeing with new eyes. It's seeing with awakened eyes. So what I'm asking you to do is to realize that while right now everything feels chaotic and everything feels uncomfortable, that you are being asked to come to an awakening. If this is your first one, congratulations. But this might be the third, fifth, or seventh awakening that you've had, and I understand how aggravating that can feel. But there's always evolution. There's always ascension. There's always more to do. So right now, you're being asked to allow yourself to awaken to a newer version of you. Meditation. Meditation's coming through and saying that we need to make sure that we give ourselves the time and the ability to sit in stillness, to sit with ourselves, to go inward. And this isn't something that you can just do whenever you feel like it. This is something that you need to take as seriously as brushing your teeth. And you're like, Kirsten, I don't have 30 minutes every day to meditate. Okay, I'm not telling you to meditate for 30 minutes, but you can meditate for 5 minutes. You can meditate for 5 minutes before you go to bed, or 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning, or 5 minutes in your car in the driveway before you walk into your house. You can find 5 minutes daily to focus on yourself, to go inward, because that is 100% part of what you need to do. And if you tell me you're not able to do that, well then there's more and bigger issues than just your need to meditate. Then we got the secret. The fun part about the secret is something that you already know, that's within inside of you, that you forgot. You're like, Kirsten, that doesn't make sense. Okay, hear me out. How many times have you been in a conversation with somebody and they're like, hey, did you know blah, 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 and they explain this really cool thing to you. You're like, oh my God, I actually did know that and I just kind of forgot about it, but thank you for sharing that with me and helping me remember something that I've forgotten. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I get that enough that I know it's a reality in my life. Where it's one of those things where it's like, yes, you know the knowledge, you have the answers, they are inside of you. But you've forgotten them because you've let the external noise get so loud that you can't even hear your own internal wisdom anymore. The secret's not what other people are keeping from you. The secret's what you're keeping from yourself. That might feel aggravating. I get it, because if I was to receive this message, I would be just as aggravated. But sometimes the truth doesn't come fluffy. Most of the time, it's not. Most of the time, it evokes the emotions that help us define the true answer. I want to get to the root of the issue. Because these help us to know what the issue is and what the root is. But I want to know what's keeping you tethered to this. I want to know what's holding you down. What's keeping you from being able to burst that bubble? What's keeping you from being able to hear your own answer, your own wisdom, your own intuition? And what's keeping you from believing that you can't even spare 5 minutes a day for yourself to listen and to be with in stillness with yourself to help you with your awakening? Right, we're gonna do the 2 cards that flipped over first. Oh, we got 3 cards. All right. So we have the Knight of Swords. Knights like to go, they like to move, they like to do. Swords is that air element. That's your mind, it's your mentality. So here I understand you have a lot of thoughts going on in your brain. And this sounds like I have to do the dishes. I have to, make sure that the kids get what they need for school. I have to make sure that the dog gets walked. I have to make sure the bill's paid on time. I have to make sure I get that email sent out. I have to make sure I meet this deadline. I have to make sure I figured out the process plan. You have a lot of things you have to do. I get that. But do you hear how busy that sounds? Do you hear how peaceful the pause afterward was? You need to allow yourself to sit in the eye of the storm and not be overtaken by the tornado, but allow yourself to see to the truth of what the actual issue is. Maybe you need better boundaries. Maybe you need to drop some things or delegate things or, push things off to tomorrow. Maybe you just need to write a list. This Knight of Swords is keeping you in a cyclical pattern. Then we have the Hermit in its reverse position. The Hermit in its reverse position isn't asking you to go retreat. It's telling you that you need to reintegrate. Think about the Hermit. The Hermit is already, when he's in his reverse position, it's already assumed that you have gone within and you have decided that you've learned what you needed to learn. And now it's time for you to go integrate that back into the world. But instead of integrating it, you just decided that none of it applies and that you can't carry any of that forward. That's creating friction. That's creating chaos. That's creating discomfort. And I get it. I've been there. I've had marvelous epiphanies and understandings and, just perception changes. But then when I went back to my 9 to 5, none of that seemed to apply and I just got aggravated and then I would have to relearn the whole lesson. Don't relearn the lesson. Integrate. Because the other card that flipped up, the last card that flipped up, was the Wheel of Fortune in its reverse position. If you've been with me, you know that I love to see this in its reverse position. So when I see the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I know that you're in the shit, but it's going to get better. You're going to get out of it. There's no choice. The only way is up right now. The reason why I'm saying that is because there is a universal law of ebb and flow, of give and take, of night and day. You can't stay in that low spot for forever. The universe won't allow it. Nature doesn't allow it. So know that yes, right now, when things aren't fun, when things suck, know that they're gonna get better. You just have to trust it. And then we have the 8 of Wands in its reverse position. When the 8 of Wands pops up, that's that reminder that things can happen, that they can move forward, that things can move slow, or not slowly. Sure, I said slowly for a reason. But things can move smoothly is what I was trying to say. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe instead of my normal message about things falling short, it just feels that things are moving slowly and that's bothering you. Because it's one of those things where it's like you planted the seed and all the conditions are perfect for the seed. All the conditions are perfect for it to grow into a plant and to produce fruit, but you're wanting to rush the process. Can't rush the process, but allow things to happen in their natural way. Instead of trying to quicken the process, allow it to unfold in its correct way, because everything is moving smoothly. It's just right now, it's moving slowly. And then we have the Five of Cups in its upright position. Five of Cups is always that grief card. There's no way around it. The only way to get over grief is to walk through it, is to do the work. So I understand that right now, things aren't comfortable. They're very uncomfortable. And you're dealing with a lot, and I get that. And I'm not trying to take that away from you. But remember how I talked about how that emotion bubble needs to be released, it needs to pop? This is saying the same thing. You need to work through the emotions. You need to allow yourself to feel and express the emotions. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I know it's not going to be fun, but it's necessary in order for you to move forward. You can't get over this just by willing or wishing it away. The truth is, the only way to get over grief is to work through it. I want to ask for next steps, because I understand that it's one of those things where it's like, as I tell you to work through grief and not just sit in it or try to bypass it, you're like, okay, well, how do I do that? So we're going to just ask the cards what it is that we need to do, because it's easier to let spirit give us the answer than it is for me to just guess at what you need to do to work through this grief. So as always, let's do the cards that flipped up first, and we have wisdom, asking questions. You know, that seems almost childish and too simple, but it's honestly one of the easiest ways to work through things. When I'm dealing with big emotions, when I'm dealing with hard stuff, when I'm facing really tough things, I literally just start asking, not why. Why is the one that's not going to help you? But what, how, when? How can this help me? What can I do with this? When will this get easier? What do I need to do? Where can I go? Ask those questions, and you'll find that you make more progress than you do by just focusing on the why. Understanding, looking at both sides. This one's easier said than done, but this one's huge. Because if you can see things from different perspectives, sometimes that eases the weight of what you're going through. And I know that this is a general reading, and so I'm speaking to a lot of people. But I want you to understand that no matter what the scenario is, if you allow empathy to be part of the situation, it takes the weight off of your shoulders. Maybe not all of it, but it's going to take some of it off of your shoulders. So allow yourself to ask the questions, to use wisdom to ask the questions, and then find empathy as you look at those answers. Resilience, finding your limits. So I get that normally I come through when I'm talking about breaking through those limits and your self-restrictions and the cage and everything like that, and you're like, but this card says to find your limits. Here's the thing. Resilience is the understanding that I'm going to succeed and that nothing can stop me, right? But finding your limits is important too. And I don't mean your limits as in your ability to be who you are or what you need to be. But think about your actual physical limits. You still need to get sleep. You still need food. You still need to take care of the mundane. Finding your limits isn't about seeing how you're being restrictive. If anything, it's understanding yourself so well that you know what you need help with and how to ask for help. It's knowing your weaknesses and working with them to create something instead of using them as the fault for why you didn't succeed. Find your limits is just that reminder that there's more than one way to a solution. And it's not about necessarily finding out what works for you, because that is part of it, but it's also understanding what you need to do for you. That's the bigger part of it. Invention, burning with passion. I find it really ironic how these 4 cards are playing out, because we have wisdom to understanding, right? Understanding can lead to finding your limits and resilience, which then can lead to invention, and that is you creating what it is that you need to do in order to move forward. Burning with passion is your ability to say, this is no longer my truth, I'm going to move forward, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to move forward, I'm going to do what I need to. These 4 cards are literally a roadmap. And you can do this roadmap over and over and over again for multiple scenarios. Wisdom, asking the questions, understanding, looking at both sides, resilience, finding your limits, and then invention, deciding that you're going to go above it anyway, and burn with passion. And I get that, that seems very simplified, but sometimes it takes the simple answer to get you the right solution. So allow yourself to understand that this doesn't have to be a complicated process. What you're going through is hard enough. Why are we trying to overcomplicate it with complicated solutions when the solution can be simple? I just want to ask for some encouragement now, because this is a heavy message and you have a lot going on. I know that, and I can feel it. And I want you to understand that, I know it's easy for me to verbally say this, and it's easy to think, but Kirsten, you don't know my situation, which is true. I don't know your situation. This is a general reading. But here's what I do know. This map, this reading, I found reflected in my own life. And I know that when I'm saying these things, it's not something that's simple to receive. It feels always more convoluted. But trust that this does work. I've done it myself. You can do it too. There is more love than fear in this moment. Let yourself hear this very clearly. There is more love than fear in this moment. And you're like, fear is all I know right now. I don't understand where this love is coming from, Kirsten. Find the love within inside yourself for yourself. Find the love that the universe is always giving you. The sun shines, the clouds make rain, the breeze from the wind and the breeze, the food, grass, birds singing. There is love all around you, even if you don't feel it, even if the people in your life aren't reflecting it. And I know that seems silly, but from a kid who was raised in a very non-loving environment, that's what got me through the hard parts. There is always love, and there is always more love than fear. I am not broken, I am unfolding. This one's beautiful. You are not broken, you are unfolding. Yes, I understand that this is a difficult time and a difficult situation. But think of a flower when it blooms. First, it comes out as a pod, and then it has to open up. That opening up is what you're going through right now. You went through a growth, whether it was by choice or forced upon you, and now you're being asked to open up, to work with those emotions, to find the love. My nervous system deserves kindness. This is true always. But stop beating yourself up and give your nervous system that kindness. Give yourself grace. Give yourself an understanding to know that what you're going through is hard and there is not an easy solution, and that you are doing the best that you can. It may not seem like it, but you're doing what you need to get through this to survive, and I get that. So allow your nervous system some kindness, whether that be through meditation, whether that through a shower, a bubble bath, taking a walk, or just speaking nicely to yourself for a little while. Give your nervous system that kindness. In stillness, my truth becomes louder. And that sums up this whole reading really beautifully in this one card. In stillness, my truth becomes louder. I'm going to say it one more time, but I want you to say it with me. In stillness, my truth becomes louder. Right now, you're dealing with the tornado of the Knight of Swords just running through your brain. Things feel like they're not moving, that they're stagnant, but they are moving. It's just slower than what you understand. And trying to decipher what this new version of your life is can be difficult. But remember the roadmap. From wisdom and asking questions, understanding and looking at both sides, resilience and finding your limits only to lead you to invention and burning with passion. All that starts with stillness. That 5-minute meditation I asked you to do in the beginning of the video. 5 minutes a day. Take it as seriously as you brushing your teeth. You can do it. Because in stillness, your truth becomes louder. And I know there's a lot going on right now, and I get that. But I want you to know you can do this. And if you can't believe in yourself, let me believe for you. Because the truth is, your heart has heard every word of this message. And your heart knows that you have the ability to succeed, and therefore you will succeed. But you have to trust your heart, and you have to trust the process. This is your reading for today. And you know what? I know that you're going to come back and you're going to tell me a success story. It may not be the full success that you're going for, but it's going to be a success story. And I know you're going to do this because you're amazing and you got this. I love you so much, and I'm real excited to see you soon. Bye-bye.